anyway, I had to go to county lockup 30 days, and I got out, and my friends, like any good military friend should do, said, "You want to like pay rent or get food? No, let's throw a party and invite whores and have a gangbang."
Hey, welcome back to Four for the Road, everybody. This is your host, Punk Rock. We got NoShame and Drifter with us today, and I think we are going to cover some controversial shit today. It's NoShame's idea. He brought up as this topic suggestion of what we think is missing or could be or should be added to the MC community. And NoShame, I think since you brought this up, why don't you go ahead and lead this one off? It seems like you put some thought into this.
Well, so the idea came to my head from a story that I was told. So I'll preface it by telling the story, but just keep in mind this is like third hand that I'm getting this story. So I went to link up with some of my brothers last weekend. We were doing a little ride to the northern parts of the state here, and we're kind of sitting at the gas station waiting for everybody to show up. And one of my brothers tells me, like, yeah, we were over at this bar by my house, and the bartender was telling us about this TV club. I was like, TV club? What the fuck are you talking about, TV club? Because, like that club, it's on the TV, like the TV shows and everything. It's like, you talking about like Sons of Anarchy? He goes, yeah. He's like, there's like 8 guys that came into this bar, all wearing Sons of Anarchy cuts with like top rocker, bottom rocker said Washington, side rockers and everything. And they all rode their motorcycles in there wearing full Sons of Anarchy cuts. And he's like, yeah, the bartender told me, like, when I got in there, she was like, man, we were hoping like you and some of your brothers would show up here to like, honestly, it's like, I'm not gonna kick out a bunch of weirdos in Sons of Anarchy cuts. I'm just gonna probably make fun of them. But yeah, like even like the bartenders who are just sitting there like normal people, even they know it's like fucked up and stupid. Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, like, what does the MC community need? Well, we need another group of bikers to dress up like Mayans MC members. And then they need to just have like a full out war. Like, what would be cooler than to have a whole group of guys dressed in Sons of Anarchy cuts fighting another group of guys that just decided to dress in Mayans MC cuts?
Dude, I think you're on the cusp of having the greatest money-making idea ever. So here's what we do. We create 2 fictional – I think we've talked about this before. We create 2 fictional motorcycle clubs, and then on the page and in Instagram and on the podcast, we talk about the great big war that's going on between these 2, and we'll have people out in the audience land picking sides, and we'll give them updates about who shot who and who's in jail now. It'll be great, man.
But even beyond that now, like, we need to like – we'll get cuts and like sell the cuts. And it's like, you don't have to prospect or anything. You just like order your cut, pick the side that you want, based on whatever you like. And we'll just arbitrarily, you pick your side and we'll send you the thing. And then now you're in a gang. Like, you have to go fucking fight and die for these colors.
Well, only on the weekends. Monday through Friday, it's off limits.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about it, and it wasn't that long ago. I think you were on the show too, NoShame. We were talking about like the butt fuckers MC or something like that, and then and
what do you have to do to prospect for them?
Something similar to Iron Order, I'm sure.
It's a long, hard journey.
Are there any back doors to the whole thing?
Yeah, it's actually all back doors.
Oh, wow.
Pretty shitty though. But yeah, we did talk about that. There's a clip of it on the TikTok page about I think we were talking about like, and this kind of leads into what we're talking about today, but like we were talking about some of the other, MC culture pages and how their like entire business model is just finding these obscure articles about a club doing this bullshit or a club doing that bullshit and sensationalizing it and making some clickbait article and just really relinking it to some other page, and you're just highlighting all the bullshit in the community, and that's how they make their money.
Insane throttle.
No, they're nice guys over there. They're fine.
Yeah, they're the real stand-up motherfucking faggots. All right. Yeah, see, there's the issue I have with a lot of that is like he and people like him they ran out of shit to talk about. So now they're just drumming up old shit. So I think the most recent one he posted was about how some Florida Warlock like was beat up, or a prospect for the Florida Warlocks was beat up or something like that by another club, and it was all this pretty big ordeal. And then you look into it, like you just got to Google, like do a cursory Google search of like the two clubs that were named, and then like bar fight or whatever, and then it brings up this article from like 1991, and it's just like, man, come on, like you're not even trying at this point.
Yeah, that shit. It's like it's so annoying. It's so like when you're talking about like what, like relating it back to what does the culture need, or what do we as club guys need? Like I think it's just like more accurate representation. And I know it like doesn't sell well. There's like nobody's getting paid off of fucking telling about how boring we are and how like normal everyday guys we are. But yeah, like the loudest voices right now are the ones saying how shitty this life is. And actually, me and Ken talked about this on the phone last night, kind of just separate conversation, but just about how like, you know, like my club's not out there doing criminal activity. Like it's just like not like, you know, it kind of disappointed me at first. Actually, I was like, man, I'm gonna come in this live, I'm gonna be Jax Teller selling it, but no, none of that happens. And it's like, well, it's pretty boring, you know. It's just like a normal everyday kind of thing. But hey, like you look at some of the articles about my club, you would think like all of us are just running around with Uzis and kilos of cocaine in our trunks, and it's just not the case.
Exactly, and that's and I think that applies to a lot of, if not all of, the other 1% clubs that are out there. And I don't know every single 1% club. I don't know. I can't speak intelligently on every single thing in that, whatever. But I don't know any, like the 1%ers that I do know that I'm close enough with that we can have these kind of conversations with, like the candid conversations. None of them want anything except for to ride their bike and provide a good fucking life for their family. And it's not, and how they earn the money that they provide a nice life for their family with is from a legitimate fucking source. Yeah, you'll see multiple, like, dude, we've had your brother on here. He's a fucking rap artist. That's how he's making his money and putting food on the table for his people. There's, we have healthcare workers. These big bad 1%ers, these fucking quote unquote gang members, fucking healthcare workers. They're saving lives every day. And that just bothers me so much that the stigma around the motorcycle club community is still very much that of like the height of tension between, I'll say, 4 very specific clubs in like the 80s and 90s. And that's what everybody thinks it is today. Where realistically, man, it is kind of boring, and that's kind of the fun about it, is like, we have our fun the way we like to have fun. Normal society probably doesn't like that, but whatever. Like, we're all fucking off doing our thing, but it's not criminal activity on purpose to make money for the club that then turns around and pays you thousands of dollars a week. Like, that's not how that works.
It's lazy media. So it's easy to show a group of guys, a motorcycle club, doing bad things, either write about it or put it on film because, oh, that's exciting. And it goes back to that, what NoShame was saying with the Sons of Anarchy. They won't do it on a regular bike club because it's boring. There are exciting things about being in a motorcycle club, but they don't translate well into writing an article or doing a newscast, because it's like riding in a pack. You can show that, but you really have to experience that, So I just think it's lazy media taking the easy way out about showing what a motorcycle club is.
How much of it do you think is our fault in that we're kind of like such like a secretive thing? And I guess it's, you kind of relate to like the Masons kind of thing. Masons didn't talk about anything for a long time, and then there's like, what's that movie where they're all like doing all this crazy stuff, National Treasure or something like that.
Yeah,
they just now everybody thinks like Masons are all devil worshippers until they start coming out and talking about like what actually goes on and stuff like that. So I wonder how much of it is self-imposed just due to the inherent secrecy of our organizations.
I think it's probably about you take the 100% of the pie. I'd say about 15% of it is the culture's fault. Because then you have people who are they were in a club and then they get out and they write some tell-all book because they were either in a very well-known club or whatever. But you write a book or you were assisting on a movie set or whatever, and then you want to make it sexy, you want to make it appealing, so you may embellish things, like make them seem way worse than they were, or just make shit up completely.
Are you an undercover dude and you're trying to justify the fact that you just stabbed all these guys in the back that called you brother?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
then like even the tell-all books, it's like some of the things that people need to take into account is like some guy might write a book and it might take you 2 days to read this book. And he might talk about the 6 fights that he got into. Well, that's over a 20, 30-year period with this club. And like it might seem like a lot because you just read about 6 fights in 2 days. But I mean, a fight every 5 years, it's not that crazy. Yeah, that's like
negligible at best. And that's one guy.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, too. A lot of these undercover guys and undercover cops, whenever they're in these clubs, they don't just go in there and observe. They go in there and stir shit up. They create a lot of the problems. They're the first ones at any party, the last ones to leave, and the ones that are always advocating, let's go beat these guys up. Let's go fuck with these guys. That's just how it is.
Well, yeah, it's because that's sexy. And then when you can throw gang enhancements on all these people because of what you believe to know about the culture, that's just revenue in other people's pockets as well.
If people actually saw how motorcycle clubs operate, I mean, it's just like any other organization, only we center around motorcycles and being there for each other.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of difference between us and like a fucking Elks Club,
Well, they have better fundraisers, so
they have better fundraisers.
Yeah, they're so much better organized than we are.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, but,
much better.
We look way better doing what we do, though.
Now, have you seen when they wear their fucking fancy hats?
The Elks have fancy hats?
I believe so. I think they have some dope ass fancy hats.
Is that horns?
I'm gonna Google it right now.
Tell me they got horns.
It should be an elk hat. That's what it should be. But yeah, it's not even just the elks. Like they had the where are the Shriners?
Yeah, they're actually Freemasons. You have to be a Freemason before you can be a Shriner.
But they're like kind of a combination of the whole shebang because they like have their little motorcycle shows that they put on too.
Oh yeah, those
like
dudes
riding on each other's backs and shit.
They donate. I think, and this is a number that I didn't believe when I first heard it, but it's over $7 million a day because they have all the.
Out of here!
No, I'm not, and because they have all those free hospitals, they have several burn hospitals and children's hospitals that are 100% free of charge. You just go there and they take care of you no matter what it is.
Unfortunately, no shame. They do not wear funny hats.
Whatever.
Yeah,
they need to fix that.
Spoil my dreams.
Yeah, so just write those guys off. Fuck all their.
They have cool names. I think like they don't call their president the president. I think he's like the exalted ruler or something like that.
Yeah, they do have pretty fucking cool names, but like depending on how you look at it, it's like dude, the exalted ruler and the grand wizard are kind of similar.
Oh, grand wizard, that's a whole different thing. Let's not go down that road.
Maybe that's what our culture is missing is some sick ass names.
Well, you know what the head of a Freemason lodge is, right? It's a worshipful master.
Ooh.
And the head of the whole state, of the whole Grand Lodge, is called the most worshipful master.
What's like a region? Is it like the mostest?
No, then you're the right worshipful master if you're head of a district area.
Whoa. Did you say right?
Or right.
Okay.
Worshipful.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait a minute, hold on there, fucking Uncle Adolf. That's
The Reich. It's the Reich Master.
So what is the national guy? Is he like the super duper mostest super special worshipful master?
So in the United States,
That's
there is no United States Grand Lodge. Each state has their own Grand Lodge. So like the Grand Lodge of Louisiana has jurisdiction over all Freemasons in Louisiana that come under that Grand Lodge. There's also Prince Hall Grand Lodges, which is predominantly African American, and that goes back because at one point African Americans couldn't join, but during the Revolutionary War, there was a guy named Prince Hall, and the British had a traveling lodge with one of their units up near Boston, and they said, well, we don't give a shit, come on in. And so they made him a Master Mason, and then Prince Hall went on to found the Prince Hall Grand Lodges.
Weren't you telling me a story about how they were like they had to meet on like the island in the middle of a road or something like that? Like way back in the day in Louisiana? New Orleans, maybe?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
All right. Okay.
Damn, you're trying to spill secret Mason secrets in here, Ken.
Well, no, because it was like a separation between things and whatever.
Yeah, New Orleans Freemasonry is fascinating, and I'm quite sure all the guys that are tuned in to listen to Motorcycle Club shit are going, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Yeah.
It's national treasure.
Yeah, man.
Come on now.
You know, so hey, so there you go. You learned some shit that Nicolas Cage won't teach you.
Mhm.
Oh, Nikki. Oh,
Right
Nikki.
here on Four for the Road. See what, man? Like so, like taking that in like a serious direction.
Well, so I have an idea for what I would like to see motorcycle clubs have.
What's up?
So in the 50s, 40s, even the early 60s, there was a whole lot of intermingling. I mean, just take Wino Willie. He was a member of 3 different clubs at one time, and it was okay. Now, I'm not advocating for that nowadays, but I'd like to see a lot more interaction between clubs. I know there are some clubs that really interact well together, but for the most part, most clubs just want to do their own thing in the middle of nowhere all by themselves. And I understand why, but if I had a magic wand, I'd make it so that we have a lot more interaction.
So his dudeness is saying bring the community back together in a way.
You have to walk in the way of the dude.
Yes, because the dude, in fact, does abide.
So what's the fix for that?
I think it's a cultural thing, man, because the top tier clubs are so afraid of being infiltrated and normal everyday shit that everybody does being used against them. So, they're all closed off. You got rivalries between clubs. So that's an issue. And then that all filters down. I mean, like take prospecting, right? Back in the day, prospecting was, hey, show up a couple times, get voted in, and poof, you're in. Great job. So you could be, a Hell's Angel or an outlaw or anything within, a couple of weeks to a month. Doesn't happen that way anymore because now, obviously they have years long to prospect, and then that has filtered down. So you got these mom and pop clubs, these AMA clubs that do the same thing. And like for me, my club, I'll tell you straight up, it takes about a year to get into my club. And then I have to look at and go, well, why? You can usually size up a guy in a matter of weeks or months. Why does it take a year? And, sometimes it takes more than a year. Sometimes it takes less, just depends on the guy. But why do we have such long prospecting periods?
Well, I wonder if that's like maybe the key. Like, why is the Elks Lodge so much better at raising money and like being organized than we are? And it kind of goes back to one of the things we talked about last episode of you got, Dave was bringing it up. We got all these. Oh, Ken's walking away because I'm about to talk about my dead dad again.
No,
But, sorry, back on track.
I forgot to throw that in the intro too. I was gonna talk shit and you're like, oh hey, what's up? It's punk rock, blah blah blah. I do have a small bladder, by the way, so I might leave unbeknownst to the listener.
Unbeknownst? Is that a word?
Whatever. Fuck you all, man. How about that?
Oh, here we go. See, I was being nice, you little shit. But I guess obviously
All right, back to what I was saying. So Dave was he was bringing up this thing about like small clubs and like clubs that are just getting started up and things along those nature. And like, why do 99 clubs like feel the need to emulate what an outlaw or 1% club is doing to such a great extent? And I think that it kind of like you're bringing it back to the same kind of topic of like, what is the purpose of having such a long prospecting period? So when you're going to like 1% or outlaw clubs, like, yeah, they're getting infiltrated. They're getting, you know, all these trumped up charges, and then people are taking the actions of certain individuals and applying it to the organization. So yeah, we need to take extra precautions to make sure that we're bringing in the right quality of people. But for a club that's out there and they're just, maybe they have a clubhouse and they're slinging beers on the weekends and hanging out and riding their bikes and here and there, like, why is there such a long prospecting period? Is it necessary? It might be, but like, when did it happen? Why did it happen?
I can speak on that from personal experience. When these smaller clubs come into existence, right? It for the most part changes as it ages. But when they first come into existence, they look at these outlaw clubs who have been around for a while and they want to be them eventually, right? Not necessarily 1% or not necessarily an outlaw, but they want to be around forever. So they say, well, these guys are prospecting for a year. They have this many mandos. They have blah, blah, blah. They have this, that, and the third. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to emulate that success and apply that to my own club and then hold my brothers to the standard that they hold their brothers. And then we'll be there. But unfortunately, the kind of guy that typically joins a mom and pop club and doesn't want to move up from there is a kind of guy that's not going to fit that mold. And you're going to start pushing people out. And that's why I think we see a lot of these younger clubs emulate these 1% clubs to that extent. And then they die out within 5 years.
Well, if you look at like what are the most like successful non-outlaw organizations that are centered around motorcycles, I mean, look at stuff that doesn't like really require that much. And like Rough Riders, huge fucking organization in every state there is in the country, been around for a long time, and they're not like some places they walk a little closer to that MC kind of thing, and then but it's a riding club. They're not trying to be this outlaw organization, the CVMA, another huge organization with people all over, and they do a shit ton more than all the MCs combined for as far as like donating stuff and like raising money for things. And that's like an organization where they're not doing these year-long prospecting things. So I mean, maybe that's the answer. Somewhere in the middle of that is like, the clubs kind of just finding their identity and finding like, what is our requirement? Like, what's going to make us successful in achieving what we want to achieve that fits within our identity, not trying to emulate somebody else or do what we saw on TV, just being who we are.
Yeah.
I think the first step is to define why you're prospecting. Why do you need to prospect somebody? Define those reasons and what the goals are, and then that'll give you most of your answers.
100%. And I don't know anything that you could do as like a mom and pop club or like a larger 99% club. There's nothing that you guys are involved with that you need to prospect for more than a year. And again, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to run their club. This is just my personal opinion. Yeah. I'm just some clubless fuck, so you can tell me to get fucked in the inbox. It's fine. But honestly, 6 months max, 5. That's. I think that's long enough to figure out a man's character, because he's not going to be able to fake the funk forever, right? You're going to find his character. You're going to find his work ethic. You're going to find out about his family if he has one, and you're going to have ample time to teach him. To teach him protocol, tradition, your club's history, the history of clubs in the area around you, because that's important too. And within those 5 months, if you have more than one patch holder educating this man at a time, instead of just saying, well, you're his sponsor, so you're responsible for 100% of the education. That's because that's fucked up. The whole club comes together to raise this man up to be a brother. I don't see any reason why somebody should prospect over 5-6 months.
Yeah, it depends on the individual, but and I was just bringing the question up. Why does it take over a year? Most of the guys that have gone on to be solid brothers that are in my club, it didn't take over a year, but yet they still prospected over a year. So I'm just bringing up the question. That's all.
It's just my personal opinion. I'm just some piece of shit in Florida, man. I don't.
I think it's a good question to ask on like an introspective level, like as an individual, like, and just to hear it from. I mean, if people out there need to hear it from people who they perceive to have some kind of legitimacy, and maybe that's us. I don't even think you really need to have a solid answer given to you by somebody else. That should be a question figured out by the organization. But like Jim said, like ask, like why? Why do we need to do this? Why are we doing this? And then figure out if it works for you. Don't be caught up in this hard line, rigid. It needs to be a year, like because that's what Sons of Anarchy told me. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I really just wish we had like more. I guess accountability is what I want to say, but I'm probably misusing the word. But I'm just tired of these motherfuckers that just like, you know what? Nope, I'm gonna fucking do this, and that's just is what it is. Like these, I'm not gonna like run names or anything like that, but there's the club in my area that always allegedly, we just came from the Big Brothers Clubhouse, and this is what they said, and they didn't tell me anything about this, and it's just like, bro, there's like 4 of you in a club, and to operate, you had to put that support patch on in this area. They're not going to fucking tell you everything. They're not going to like let you in on their fucking business. Like, you need to calm down.
And why would you want to know? You have your own club.
Exactly. But it's this with that kind of attitude that alludes to, at least me believing this, kind of alludes to you not having any sort of self-confidence or feeling very, seeing yourself in a very low value kind of way. So you have to use other people's legitimacy to legitimize yourself.
Oh.
And I mean, that's just how it comes off to me. Like when people run their mouth and say, oh, well, I just came here. Like, yeah, dude, it's annoying. But at the end of the day, like in my heart, Kenny feels fucking bad for you that you're going through whatever it is that you're going through, where you feel that you have to rely on another man's stature to stand in his shadow just to say that you're part of something.
Like riding coattails? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Where you have the need for that. That makes me feel bad for you as an individual, and I hope you get some help and figure that shit out.
Well, I think that's one thing that the culture could really like do without is all these like egos. Like the inflated egos in this world is like, man, if it's not 99% of our problems, it's somewhere close to that.
Yeah. When's the last time you got in a fight and it wasn't because somebody felt disrespected over some dumb shit?
It's usually alcohol, man. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Some guy's tanked up and he starts running his mouth, and then things happen,
But hey, you like rolling a blunt over there or something, man?
Yeah, really.
Oh, kind of. I mean, I'm playing with this wrapper that I peeled off of the spray paint can that's sitting next to me because I have like an attention problem.
Yeah, I see that because and everybody else is hearing that too.
My bad.
It's like you're like giving the microphone a hand job.
Dude, this new recording software is like way more detailed. Like I could hear Jim drumming on his fucking desk over there. I had to tell him to stop in the chat.
Yeah, I just found that. Like, Jim was talking. I was like, we have notifications over here? What the fuck is this? Just so everybody knows, so the sponsorship check finally cleared. I wasn't worried about it. It's just it takes a little longer for a mobile deposit. God damn it, Jim.
Oh, we're going to get a guitar show here.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Play Free Bird. Free Bird. But yeah, so we're using a new kind of we're using new software to record this. We were using Skype, and yeah,
You get what you pay for in Skype.
yeah, that's how. Yeah,
Yeah.
So, are you using that microphone, Jim?
No, the wife stole it.
Ah, dag nabbit.
Yeah, she does a lot of telehealth stuff. She's a medical professional, so she can't see people face to face, so she does a lot of telework stuff, and so she's been using it. I gotta go steal it back.
Well, that sponsorship money is purchasing new ones. So
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this noise, and that'll signal you to go back into the episode. Meow, 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 and then now you know. Like now we're gonna edit. We're gonna jump back in right now. Meow, 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 meow.
oh man, we're having a lot of fun with this new software, guys, and we got off on one of those tangents that we tend to get off on, and that's
Basically, if you're wondering
where No Shame is making noises.
if you're wondering where the story is that Ken was saying that I was supposed to tell, it's at the beginning of the episode. Guys on crack. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
There's no story.
You're fucking amazing.
You're welcome.
You're an ass. I was really looking forward to like some like heinous shit, and it's just okay.
Man, I wish I had like a story on deck that I could tell you on a podcast, but I don't. Nothing that I haven't told already, I don't think. Have you guys ever had COVID?
I have not. I got the shot, but I did not get.
You had COVID?
Bro.
Oh, I had COVID. You want to know what happened when I had COVID?
Nothing.
I shit my own pants.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem. I was staying at my club brother's house because I had just sold my house, and I was in his laundry room loading the washer up, and I coughed, and poop came out.
So was that around the time where? Because I remember you built that coffee or that dining room table that was too big for your dining room.
Yeah, that was like
And
probably
then was like, well, we need to sell the house so we can find a dining table.
Yeah, the dining room table I built was huge. Did not fit in my dining room, so we were like, we'll sell the house, we'll buy a new house that fits the dining room table. But then like we sold the house, and then the new house we ended up buying had an even smaller dining room. So I ended up selling that dining room table for like $600, by the way. So if you guys ever want to like make some side cash, make a fucking table. And yeah, that's the story of how I ended up in Olympia.
Well then, how did you end up in Virginia, Jim? Because I live in your hometown.
Well, it involves 2 full-grown donkeys and a drunk night in Tijuana.
Yes.
No, I took a job up here. I was down in New Orleans. Spent many years in New Orleans. Retired from the Navy down there.
Oh, so
stayed down there. Yeah.
Okay.
And well, actually, now Ski Out's right next to 22, the schoolhouse part.
Okay.
But I was at 22 for 9-10 years, and then at Ski Out's for another 5 or 6, and then I was civilian, stayed on down there until 2011, and figured I'd take a job with the Army up here doing some fun, exciting stuff. So I came up here and been here ever since.
And that bitch in the ass, didn't it?
Well, it's fun and exciting. Yeah. It's all right. It pays well, so I got that going for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, well, bright side is it's looking like San Diego or Virginia for me. And there's more opportunities in Virginia than there are in San Diego.
I'll put your ass to work. You come up here.
I ain't gonna work for the Army though. So
I didn't say nothing about the Army.
Oh, we just assuming shit about motherfuckers now, huh? All right.
Join in Buttfuckers MC there, I guess.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We'll get that war started, man.
Yeah. So wait, who's butt fuckers and who's cocksuckers?
Butt fuckers and butt sniffers, and the whole war is over the use of the word butt.
And the color's brown.
And the color's brown. They both
Brown
claim
and yellow. It's got to be brown and yellow.
They both claim brown and yellow. Yeah, that's it.
And they both have Southside boys, side rockers. Yeah.
With you can join the Virginia Beach backdoor crew.
Thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that.
I was, but I figured I better shut my mouth
because they know where you live. We're friends with a lot of them.
Yeah, we are. I'm friends with a lot of them.
That's a good crew up there, man. They got a good group of guys up there, man.
I think I need a haircut. Holy shit.
Jesus. What the fuck happened to this episode, man?
I don't know, dude.
Started off strong, and then that whole break with the story thing. Now I feel like we've talked about everything we can talk about.
Yeah.
We don't want to drum up old shit like Insane Throttle does.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here's one. I got one for you. Motorcycle trip. Anywhere in the world. Where would you go?
Okay. So am I riding from the United States, or can I fly there and get a bike there and then do a trip?
Anywhere, from anywhere to anywhere.
So I'm going to have to go with so I'm really into World War II European theater history, which is funny because I have a lot of family that served in World War II, but they were all in the Pacific Theater. So I heard all that shit, like I didn't need to study that.
Yeah.
So I got really into the European theater. So I would like to follow the Army Paratroop 506 Regiment. I would like to go from Normandy and follow the route that they went to, because I'm sure there's going to be a ton of historical markers, and it takes you through Austria, Holland, the Netherlands, obviously France, Germany. I just think that there would be a lot of monuments there. Just experiencing, just little shit like the weather, and be like, oh shit, they were here at this time, and I am fucking sweating my dick off, or it's colder than shit, and that's what I would like to do.
That's a good one.
Cruise around Europe.
What about you, NoShame? Where would you go?
Are logistics a consideration?
No, dude, this is
like
all magic wand.
So like the little thing in Mario Kart can come and drop off gasoline to me, and if I fall, it can come pick me up. I want to go the entire length of the Great Wall of China, all 5,500 miles.
Damn.
On the Great Wall of China, or beside it?
On it.
Dude,
what kind of bike would you use?
If you don't do wheelies, you're a bitch. Just saying.
I feel like there's not really a Chinese bike. I would say a Ninja, but that would be racist, saying all Asians are the same. I guess I'll go with a Goldwing. Keep it at least in the Asian thing, and then it's comfortable.
Oh no, I would have gone with a Grom.
Grom.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll just go way out of left field and do a. Was it a Yule? Is that the one with the sidecar?
Ural. Yeah, Ural. They're made in Russia.
Yeah. Well, Russia and China are pretty close. Yeah, I think they touch.
Well, there's a Chinese version of the Ural. I can't pronounce it, but it's a Chinese version of the Ural. They built the factory just like the one in Russia, which, by the way, is an exact copy.
Try to pronounce it.
Yeah, there's an exact copy. Where the Ural came from was a World War II German BMW. The Soviets actually picked up the entire factory, disassembled it, and reassembled it in Russia.
It is called the Changjiang motorcycle.
How do you pronounce that again?
Changjiang.
No, thanks. I had lunch.
What in the number 47 is that? Oh my god! Does that come with egg rolls?
I wish, dude. I love egg rolls.
Dude, egg rolls and wontons, bro. I will fuck them shits up.
You know who makes the best egg roll? Like,
Who?
best egg roll ever? Jack in the Box.
I knew you were going to say that.
Best fucking egg roll. I swear to you. You just go get one. Listen, if you have not gotten a Jack in the Box egg roll ever, just try it.
I've had a Jack in the Box egg roll. I mean, you got to be drunk to eat those, man.
No, I eat them pretty much. Well, I don't anymore because now that you've made fun of my weight so much, I'm on a diet.
I never made fun of your weight.
You did. You made fun of me.
I just said that you had nice, full, voluptuous cheeks.
There was a point, not last episode, the episode before that, where you were talking to your kid and you cut it out of the episode, but you were like saying to tell me something, and he's like, "Which one?" And you're like, "The chunky guy." Called me the chunky guy. So now you know what I've eaten today?
I did that.
300. I've eaten 300 calories worth of oatmeal. That's all I've had.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm eating for dinner? Chicken breasts. You fuck. I've been to the gym every fucking day. I'm sore. I can barely walk.
That'll make you angry. Living like that will make you angry.
Dude, I'm fat. Like, how are you gonna let me talk shit like?
Well, how am I supposed to feel? A fat guy calls me fat, and then I'm supposed to just feel good about it?
You're like, damn. If the fat guy's calling me fat, you know. It's all right, man. I had somebody recognize me a couple weeks ago. I didn't tell y'all motherfuckers, but I'll say it now just so I can call myself out a little bit. Some guy recognized me a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Hey, man, do you punk rock 4th of the Road?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, this motherfucker looked me up and down, and you could tell like he was thinking like, "Should I do it?" He doesn't know me.
He's so
He's
disappointed.
Like, and he was just like, "Man, I guess they should change your name to Chunk Rock." I was like,
You know that's going to stick now.
"Oh, that's fine. What the fuck are you guys gonna do? None of you guys fucking pay my bills. I don't give a fuck what any of you guys have to say." Oh, and so No Shame also gave my son a nickname. His nickname for all of like 12 hours was Juicebox.
Yeah.
Because every time, so since my surgery, every episode that we have recorded, I've been out in my office instead of in my bedroom where I have a little bit more privacy. So I just kicked the whole family into their respective bedrooms. And he always comes out here while we're recording, asking me for a goddamn juice box. And I told him, like, bro, if I'm fucking recording, don't ask me shit. Just go grab one. So this motherfucker, like for the last time, came out and he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I get a juice box?" So No Shame started calling him juice box.
It fits.
And he was down with that for like 12 hours.
Dude, I don't care. That's his fucking name. I don't give a shit. If he starts riding a motorcycle, I'm fucking recruiting him. He's joining my fucking club, and his fucking club name is gonna be Juice Box. I'm not letting anybody take the name until I don't know, how old's your kid? 16, 12, 4?
He's 12.
12? So if he's got fucking 9 years, then he can start prospecting. Nobody's taking that fucking name.
Yeah, dude. OG No Shame fucking told me.
Yup.
Jesus.
Fucking Juice Box.
Oh, I didn't tell you what my trip was. You guys, you don't even fucking care, do you? I'm going to tell you.
Care.
I'm going to tell you.
We just got sidetracked by the fact that No Shame thinks that he's not aesthetically pleasing, which he is. And,
you're a good-looking man, No Shame. I just
want to look like Jim.
No, you don't. Jim's old. He really is.
No, he wants to look retired.
I've only seen shoulders up, so I don't know.
Huge dick.
Damn, that is a big dick.
That's why they call me a tripod. Anyway,
how many burpees do I have to do to get a dick that big?
Dude, that's genetics, baby.
That's why they call him Drifter, because his dick drags and it acts like an anchor and the back end breaks loose.
Yeah, but you have to be careful with sense sphere, so it'll just rise up on you. So be careful.
All right, tell us about your little trip.
All right. My trip is in Europe as well, and it's because of the scenery and the food. You start in southern Spain along the Mediterranean, and you just follow the Mediterranean all the way up into Italy, as far down as you want to go, and then even cross Italy and then go over to Croatia, but stay along the Mediterranean. Oh, just phenomenal sights, great food, good people. I really want to do that one day.
So that's one of their most famous rides to do, or most recommended thing to do, right? Because I recommend it. I recommend it. Yeah. I mean,
If it was a ride for food, man, like I can tell you, like for the past 10 years, 11, almost 11 years now, I've been craving some like authentic Afghan food, like from a village in Afghanistan with like the poop on their hands and the shitty water and like all of it. Like there's nothing better than like real Afghan food. And I've tried like all these places in like the States. None of them taste as good. None of them give me diarrhea as well. Like it's
seriously, no shit. Do you know why? Do you know why it doesn't taste the same?
Uh-oh.
well, go tell me.
We have filtered water.
Really?
That's
Is it?
dead ass what it is. How we purify our water on at like these purification stations that the public gets, right? That's why. Because you were getting fucking river water, my guy. That was
I know it was so good though. So good.
Just down from the latrine.
I slipped that one in there. You didn't even say nothing, man.
My guy, I've gotten used to it. It's just like I've adopted it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you fucked up. You said this bothers me, so of course we're like, oh, this has to be a comma now. Okay.
And then now it can't bother me anymore.
Yeah,
So
see?
yeah.
We're helping you out.
We're making each other better.
Yeah, we're stripping things away. We're adding vocabulary to today's vocabulary. It was great. It was great. It was huge.
I wish the same tattoo that you have on your chest. I have it on my arm.
Do you really?
Same size too.
Why did everybody get this stupid fucking tattoo?
This one?
Yeah, everybody has it.
It's because we're all fucking still. I got a tattoo. You don't.
Is it your? You look like you're about to show me your.
Oh,
asshole.
don't show that thing.
What is that?
That's dick butt.
Yes.
Why'd you get it?
So I was drunk. Shocker. I know, me drinking. It was in San Diego, and I forget who's that dude. That SEAL that was just on trial for a bunch of shit a couple years ago, for like murdering like fucking 5 POWs or whatever.
SEAL?
I know who you're talking. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking
he's
old
the
boy.
chief.
He was a chief, and then he was a first class, and then he was a chief again because drunk. Anyways, I gotta tell this, then we gotta go because it's almost family time here. Tats. Jim, help me out with his last name, Mike.
Zimmerman.
Name Frogman MC.
Oh, Mike. Martin.
Martin. Yep. Mike Martin. He owned a tattoo shop in Imperial Beach, California's FSG, and they were doing a fundraiser to provide a civilian attorney for this Navy SEAL that was on trial.
Eddie Gallagher,
that's who it was.
Yeah.
So my club at the time, they're like, hey, yeah, we're gonna fucking meet up over at Punk Rock's house. We're gonna fucking go down here, and we're just gonna go waste a bunch of money on fucking dumbass tattoos. Because it was all flash shit, right? It's a fundraiser, so it's like, oh, it can't be bigger than this, and like it's just this flash, whatever. And we're gonna drop like $200 fucking bucks on like these $20 fucking tattoos. Just get dumb shit everywhere. They all said they were gonna be at my house around noon. So around 11:30 at night rolls around, and I'm fucking tanked. They all showed up, also tanked. So all our wives fucking caravaned us down there, and this was my wife's idea. I got a couple other tattoos, and she's like, dude, you should totally get dick butt. I was like, hey, bitch, you should totally fuck off. I'm not doing that. She's like, what if I got it too right here on our ribs? I was like, you got to go first because this is stupid. I'm drunk, and I think you're going to back out. And she fucking sober as a judge told this man, I want this dick butt right here on my ribs. And he did it. I was like, fuck. Now
that's true love. That's true love, man.
Yeah. So and what's even more gross is that's the second matching tattoo we have.
Ugh.
I know, right? I got this one too. Whoop. Which way are we going?
Skull and crossbones.
That one.
Oh, the flaming skull. Is that what that is?
Jesus fucking Christ.
till death do us part. Is that what it says?
Yeah, and then a sugar skull on the knuckle there.
Your finger tattoos like held up pretty well.
It's because I fucking took care of them in accordance with instruction, petty officer. Yeah. All my tattoos that I took care of, how I was told to take care of them, turned out really well after the over the years. But the other ones that just kind of slap lotion on, be like, nah, fuck, it'll run. They didn't fare so well.
I've got one big one on my back that I got in Bangkok, and it's horrible, dude. It's a big phoenix. I just need to cover it up. It's that bad.
You really?
Yeah.
Huh. Learn something new every day.
Every day.
The pipe of Bangkok.
The pipe of Bangkok will rise again. You can't do this, man. He ain't afraid of no syphilis.
Oh shit! I got some fucking chicken breast. I gotta go eat.
Yeah, I got fucking. No, I'm not even gonna edit this part out. We every night before bedtime we watch an episode of Modern Family together, and then we fucking kick the kids in bed.
Wow.
Yeah, real
That's
fucking gangster shit going on over here, guys.
It's pretty gay. You couldn't watch Sons of Anarchy?
No, I don't want to make my kids gay. I don't. Jim, you got anything for Jim? You got anything before we get out of here, man?
No, man, just ride free.
Just ride free. All right. What about you, No Shame?
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. See,
Thanks, Harley Davidson, for giving us money.
Yeah.
They want their money back.
Too late. The check's cleared, man. Ain't no refunds. So, hey, we appreciate all the love and support, everybody. Yeah, this kind of turned into a weird episode, but I had fun with it. Don't know what we're gonna have for you next week, but I'm sure it won't be this entertaining. We'll try though. We'll try. We'll see if we can get Dave on here and talk about another gangbang story or something. So,
we got to get a guest on. Can we see if we can get we should get Dave's ex-wife.
What happened to Dago Dave? We were supposed to get him. Do not get Dave's ex-wife. Don't do that.
I'm leaning more towards Dave's ex-wife at this point. And Dago Dave had some life events happen. And so I've just been giving that man some space to let him sift through what he has to sift through.
Well, for all the listeners out there, if you need jewelry, if you like jewelry, handmade, quality fucking shit, this guy is a friend to both the motorcycle club community and Naval Special Warfare community. He makes jewelry for all these people. Go find Dago Dave on Facebook and hit him up.
And I can also speak to that. I've seen his work. I know him personally. We're not super close. I don't want to give that impression off, but I know this man personally. I've seen the quality of work that he produces. It is top tier shit. So absolutely, just to add some credence to that. But yeah, we'll catch you next week with some weird shit, and we appreciate it, guys.